for a moment. It's just like, Overwatch, don't do this to me now.
Eccentric Gaming is actually the red team. They are going to be attacking first, and blue team is going to be K1ck Esports Club.
Yep. 1 second here. So what are you seeing for the defending team right now, Hex?
Defense is going to be Mystic on Reinhardt, K1ck on Zarya, Rula as Reaper, Quad as Pharah, Mercy as Taimu, and Micker is going to be that Symmetra we see on defense.
Yep, and for the attacking team, I'm not actually believing the attacking team Eccentric right now. I doubt they're running 2 Widowmakers. They are screwing with these, so I'm going to wait just a moment for them to decide what they want to go with, and we will have that for you very shortly.
You know, oddly enough, they might be screwing with you, but I've mentioned this strategy earlier that I think it's really interesting, especially on this map and especially in those positions, to run Widowmaker in spawn because you can always switch off it. So you're up there, maybe you get a few quick headshots, you get a pick, and then you can switch to a more important or useful character. They're not doing it, but I think it's an interesting way to do it.
Yep, so for Eccentric, we have Likely on Lucio, Lude on Diva, Skipjack on Reinhardt, Nadir on Reaper, Ace Tari on Pharah, and Nevix on Mercy. And they are rolling out all the way, going to their right, the defender side left, and they are looking to just flood through that left side.
Yeah, Symmetra is great on this map because there's always going to be a Reinhardt through this choke, and of course her gun does go through shields. Also getting a teleporter up is hugely important for defense.
Yep, and we have Reaper's training fire right now. Both teams still at full strength. Interesting to see, Team Kick just concede this much ground. We've seen that front gate be fought over a lot in earlier games, and they are not doing that just yet. We have Skipjack right now, looking like he was going to go for charge, decided not to. And right now we're just seeing consistent pressure coming in from Team Eccentric. And let's take a look at Nadir. Nadir, as Reaper, we've seen how effective Reaper can be, although Reaper is on the attack at the moment.
Yeah, it's not bad. Now, the Reinhardt does go in and gets focused down right away. They also lost their Lucio during this push, so 3 dead for the offensive team, and that push is completely stalled out.
Yeah, that was looking really good for Eccentric going in, but they just weren't able to complete it as they wanted to. 4 people from Eccentric going down. They're going to have to regroup here. Team Kick still at full strength.
Yeah, and nothing lost in that exchange for Team K1ck either.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing a Team Eccentric regroup, get ready to go back in. They're running out Diva, they're running that Reinhardt. Reinhardt is going to, lead the charge, and we're seeing Team Kick again, not really contesting that front gate, instead deciding, we want to defend further back here. And if they don't have it yet, they're about to have a teleporter back up, and their defense on point A is about to be way more powerful. And we see Quad now raining down rockets as Pharah. That power boosted Pharah, so common in comp nowadays. Meanwhile, Ace Tari with the counter Pharah, and we have Pharah versus Pharah, Mercy boosting both Pharahs, which Pharah will reign supreme.
Yeah, it's definitely the most common combination you see in comp. Both Reinhardt's ults go down, Lucio's ult goes down as well. Diva's ult clearing some space out here.
Yeah, and we saw Zarya ult going on. Just Ace Tari is able to get Ace Tari killed with the help of Quad,
but the huge res goes down, and we're going to see the fight continue.
Yeah, we see that Air Barrage coming down. Both teams still kind of brawling out on the point, but I tell you, right now it looks like Team Kick does have the advantage, but the Reinhardt is going down. I might have to hold what I'm saying here. K1ck, though, very highly charged up Zarya, doing all sorts of damage. You can tell just by how thick that beam is from the overhead cam, and Team Kick doing their best to hold out here, but Nadir, Death Blossom coming down. And if Quad goes down, this is looking more and more likely Eccentric's going to take this to the point, but a big Mercy res, Hex.
Huge res happens. After the Death Blossom, I thought that was going to be it, but this res is keeping the fight going again.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought Eccentric had that for a second. Mercy res just changing the tide of battle in an instant. And suddenly, Team Eccentric having to look to reset here. And reset they are. We're seeing Reinhardt going in, Pharah Rockets coming down, but Eccentric really just needs to regroup here.
As Diva's up above trying to pick off reinforcements, she's in back, she takes down the Symmetra. They forgot about her back there. Now they have to send 2 back to defend her, and this opens up some space for the rest of the attacking team.
Yeah, I'm looking at Nadir right now. Nadir trying to take out the Reinhardts, kind of bum rushing, but big Reinhardt out coming from Skipjack, knocking down 2 people on Team Kick. Eccentric really wants this. They want to push this forward. They don't want to get stalled out in point A. And right now you're seeing Team Kick still swarming over the point, and that teleporter actually not doing any value whatsoever. Teleporter is down. They're actually not even running Symmetra whatsoever now. Big Zarya going down, however, 4 people stuck in that, 3 people, but there's not going to be enough to finish it off for Team K1ck. Eccentric holding strong on top of the point, big Mercy Res coming out. Note that Team K1ck still has its Mercy Res. Ace with the Arrow Barrage coming out from above, multiple people down for Team K1ck, and this might be what Team Eccentric needs to grab, but that Mercy Res does come out. Farah raining death from above.
Yeah, some huge reses already so far this game. It's been absolutely back and forth as everyone dies, but heroes never die.
Heroes never dying on both teams. Just seeing res from both teams as we go in here. Ace still raining down a lot of rocket fire. You know, both teams having almost similar amounts of rocket fire. So we do see Nadir coming from the back, flanking some of the defenders, not quite able to get the kills he wants. Team K1ck still at full strength at the moment against Team Eccentric, and this is a very... I was not expecting a defense this impressive from them holding this far back.
Yeah, and we've had skirmishes and skirmishes, but the Mercies have both done a great job of staying alive, keeping those Resurrects available and up.
Yeah, we have an Arrow Barrage coming down for Astari. Astari not able to get the Valley wants off that. Is going to get taken down. Does kill the Zarya. 2 people down for Team K1ck right now. Quad with a defensive Arrow Barrage against Eccentric.
Yeah, huge Death Blossom cleared some space too.
Yeah, and meanwhile, big res coming up for Team K1ck. Team K1ck trying to defend this, trying to end the match right now, but Team Eccentric knows that the match will end, so they're staying in. Big Rhino all coming up from Skipjack. Skipjack charging afterwards, trying to clean things up. This is really the last gasp for Team Eccentric. They need to get this now, or there will be no payload part of this game.
Yeah, and Team K1ck's Mercy did go down earlier, so there is some room for this offense. A huge ult comes off from Zarya, and it traps everyone, but there's no follow-up, and that's going to be point.
Yep, that was... they were really struggling there for a while, but finally they're able to get the payload, and 3 minutes left. They can make something happen with this.
I mean, they definitely, at least getting the first point sets a decent precedent for what K1ck's going to have to do next round, but that was huge ult, but no follow-up available.
Right now I'm checking out Rula, 14 K1ck, is the defensive Reaper in a Reaper vs. Reaper thing, is able to take out Nadir. And let's take a look at what Reaper does. Reaper, one of the more dynamic defensive players on this map, and right now he is getting right into the back, and my camera's going to switch away as he gets taken out immediately, so not quite the greatest run for Rula. And the payload is moving. Right now Team K1ck conceding a lot of room.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of difficult to hold in these kind of swerves and chokes of this alley, so oftentimes you do see the payload move rather uncontested through here. A huge ult from Reinhardt takes down 2 players, comes in with the hammer, takes down Zarya as well.
Yeah, Skipjack really just chose a great moment to Reinhardt out there, and this is going to create a lot of forward momentum for Team Eccentric, and they're going to get even more time. They're making up for almost losing on point A, and right now Team K1ck really just needs to, you know, settle down, reestablish, and, you know, get back to that good defense they were playing to start the game.
Yeah, and
we're seeing
the D.Va ult's going to come in, a huge overhead bomb. Doesn't kill everyone, but it forces them back.
That bomb did create a lot of space for the payload, and you know, right now we're still just seeing Team Eccentric moving forward, and Team K1ck really needs to do something here to back this up a bit. We're going to take a look at Quad, as Quad is raining down rocket spam, not quite boosted by Mercy. But, you know, this is sort of one of the more mainstay DPSs you see right now. Rockets going down on the D.Va, on the Reinhardt.
Yeah, and we see them running a McCree now to try to deal with Quad, to deal with his Pharah overhead.
Yeah, and Reinhardt is pretty good at doing fair, but he does have to get closer to his best. Big Arrow Barrage going down. No one is going to get taken out, though, because of a very clutch Lucio ult coming down from Likely. Great heads-up play from Likely. Only D.Va is down right now for Team Eccentric.
Yeah, and K1ck holding up top here. They've taken the high ground, and now a huge skirmish going on the cart. Look at this Resurrect. Brings back 2 players, brings in Lucio and the Reinhardt. Reinhardt pops his ult immediately after being res and makes huge space on the cart.
Yeah, and this might just be a Team Eccentric needs, if that's our wipeout. But no, the gigantic Mercy Res coming out from Tymo. Tymo wanting to keep his team alive, and this is sort of their, suddenly, last stand. Big Zarya ult going down. Will they have the follow-up? Damage boosted Pharah is attacking. Reinhardt is able to shield off quite a bit of it, and not quite the value of the Zarya that they would want. Both teams brawling here on top of the payload, but no, they don't have it on top of the payload. They pushed too far in, and Eccentric is going to cap the payload as multiple people were fighting in the back. Wow.
Yeah, the Lucio was brave. The Lucio ults in that game were kind of game-changing. You see one right towards the end as Lucio's hugging the cart, and he shields everyone. Let's watch this cue of the game by Death Blossom.
Yep. And actually, no, it does not. I don't think it is a Death Blossom. Just multiple normal shots going for Lucio. Is able to take out the next double kill, going for the triple kill on Reinhardt, and just, you know, bread and butter basics from Reaper there, doing the job. So that was about a time of about 7:55 or thereabouts. And we're going to be going straight into the second side of King's Row. So that started out pretty rocky for Eccentric, but they really brought it back towards the end.
Yeah, just some really huge play. And, like, you'll see that Reaper play right there. It wasn't a Death Blossom, although I will note there was a Death Blossom happening in that clip. So it still kind of happens. But he's back in the back lines. He's dealing with Lucio first, then he deals with Mercy. And after that, if there's no res up, you can just wipe your team. I mean, double support's only good as far as your supports are alive. So great plays getting to the back line, good clutch picks. And that really set the stage for them to take that point finally.
Absolutely. And right now we are going directly, we are switching sides. The time to beat is up. And I'm excited to see what Team Eccentric does on defense. I'm not sure they're going to have quite as big of a hold as Team K1ck did. I mean, that is going to be a very challenging hold on point A, but they can certainly make up for a lot of time on the rest of the payload as it goes forward.
Yep, they do have to finish the entire map. They have to get the payload all the way through to the second point in a faster time. I think you've got the time or a close approximation of it, or we might see a huge defensive hold here. We'll see.
Yep, it is going to be interesting to see how Eccentric decides to defend this. Generally speaking, you see teams having quite a bit of variation. Like, you'll see some mainstays, like generally both teams will run a Reinhardt, you know, both teams will run Mercies, but, you know, the extra heroes on top, you do see some variation, although I think on King's Row, Reaper is a big favorite. You know, I would not be surprised to see both teams running Reaper again on defense and offense in this game.
Yeah, so far in defense, we've got Team Eccentric Gaming. Loot is going to be D.Va. Nadir is going to be your Reaper. Ace Atari playing McCree on defense. He switched to McCree late on offense last game, must have done well with it. Mercy is going to be played by Nevix. Skipjack on Reinhardt again. And likely is going to be Lucio. So pretty standard composition here, nothing super out of the ordinary. The distinct lack of a Pharah is the only thing that I notice.
Yeah, there's no Pharah, and you do see Pharah more and more on defense, but if the attacking side is staying true and not trolling, looks like we're going to have Rula on Reaper, Mike R on Lucio, Mazitik on Reinhardt, Quad on Pharah, Tymo on D.Va, and K1ck on Winston. So they are going to be running that offensive Pharah.
Yep, and a Winston to break those lines, a D.Va triple tank composition, and I think that's Mystic. Mystic would be the Reinhardt.
Yep.
But oh no Mercy on that team. I've been proven wrong. Stunning.
Yeah, so they're just running a Lucio support. This is interesting. They're not going to have that big res to really help them push through here, but maybe they won't need it. Team K1ck, wasting no time, going direct to the point. Reinhardt the charge. Huge charge on tail Reinhardt. Skipjack cannot be looking too good off this. I imagine he's going to go down. Skipjack is going to go down. Multiple people down right now for Team Eccentric. This is not looking to be the greatest defense. Three people are down. And
brutal. That's 5 dead. That's point. That's got to be point. That was a huge triple tank initiation, and they all lived through it. D.Va rushed in first. Reinhardt charged in after, and then you had a Winston jump in. So what are you going to do with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was just great initiation from Team K1ck, and now Team Eccentric has their work cut out for them because they're going to hold the payload and hold for quite a while if they don't want their time that they set last map to be beaten.
Yeah, this triple tank composition is looking very, very difficult to beat. They might want to start running a second Reaper instead of a McCree once this McCree uses his ultimate. I don't know, but if I just got bodied like that on the first point, I might be thinking about my composition.
Absolutely, and right now I'm taking a look at Nadir, and Nadir gonna get meleeed out by D.Va. Nadir going a little bit too deep on the Reinhardt flanking is taken out by that D.Va melee. And we have Lucio ults going down for both teams, and they're just charging through this point. Meanwhile, the payload is still moving, or no, they're actually, everyone is just kind of abandoned the payload, and right now we're seeing Team K1ck just rush forward. At some point, though, they're gonna have to go back and push the payload. Right now, they're just really interested in pushing Team Eccentric back.
Yeah, creating space, but you do have to push that card.
Yep. And we had Pharah just a little bit of inside play against Mercy, is able to tick out the enemy Mercy, and right now, Pharah trying to put down pressure, but is taken down by Ace Atari as McCree. Let's take a look at McCree as he goes forward here. McCree's so good at just offering that extra pressure on top of Reinhardt and, you know, taking people as a go. Camera not participating, but we have Winston deep in. Winston providing a little bit of pressure, and the payload is still moving, Hex.
Yeah, they're definitely still on it. I wonder if are they doing kind of the damage boost on McCree? Yeah, there it is. There's the combo doing damage boost on McCree. That's why they're still running him, trying to supplement their damage output.
Yep, and Ace Tari is putting out a lot of damage. He is going to take out this Winston combination of left click and right click, and he is trying to take out Reaper. Reaper saying, you know what, I'm not fighting the damage boosted McCree. I am backing out just a bit. Pretty good hold here, and it is high noon, but no, it is not high noon. Farah immediately denying that high noon attempt. Great play by Quad to just take out McCree right away. Not a whole lot of lead time. And this is going to be Quad signal to go in. The McCree is down. Death Blossom does go out for Team Kick, but Farah is able to avoid it, throwing down additional pressure. Aerial Barrage is at the ready.
Yeah, Skipjack did use his ultimate and he got all the way in. He did end up picking up the Mercy there, but he got taken out himself. But that's fine to take a Mercy down. Mercy's res is up for Kick.
Yep, and we just had a Lucio ult go down for Team Eccentric. Team Eccentric not really wanting to concede space here. Farah is under a lot of pressure. She is going to have to back out or use her ult either way, but that Death Blossom is going down. It is going to take her out. What a phenomenal Death Blossom by Nadir onto Eccentric to push back Kick and say, you know what, we're going to make our defense here. You might have made your defense at point A, but we're making our defense, you know, on the payload itself.
This is one of the areas, like, you know, that you've got this S-bend over here that you will see some defenses kind of set up here. It looks like it's going to be flank friendly because of all these upper grounds, and you can get behind them. However, the flanks themselves, if you get caught out alone back there, you're going to get wrecked.
Yep, and I'll note, by the way, that right now, Team Kick only with a little over 4 minutes to push through here, and they have not made a lot of progress in the last moment. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what Team Kick changes up here because, you know, it looked like they were rolling. They got through point A so quickly, but they've just hit a brick wall on the payload here.
Yeah. Again, you might try to look at compositions here now. I said that when Team Eccentric got rolled, that they might want to switch up their composition, but it looks like it's good for the defense they're pulling right now.
Yeah. Team Kick throwing down the Lucio ult to try and push through, but Lucio's just going to take it immediately, and Reinhardt finding himself with a whole lot of help. McCree going in deep, but a great aerial barrage from Quad coming in from the back, taking out multiple people, followed up by the Mercy Rest from Tymo, and Team Kick is saying, you know, we don't want to be stuck here, we want to keep moving forward, but unfortunately, a lot of people from Team Kick getting taken out in that was looking so promising, just did not work out for them.
Yeah, it was a double res into both fights, and then it was an entire team wipe. Kick was all dead, which is rare to see in Overwatch.
Yep, but you don't see the full team wipes too often, but now Team Kick really just has to, you know, regroup. And this has been a phenomenal defense by Team Eccentric on this point. I mean, I was not expecting this. I thought it would be a defense towards the last point, but it's not the case. And right now we see both teams poking each other. Reinhardt's shield is up. And note that, what's it called? Both Reinhardts are kind of dancing back and forth. And we see now Quad going in through the back. Quad looking to poke in through the back. His ult is not up, but is ult soon. I'd expect to see a aero barrage any moment here, Hex.
Yeah, and here what they're doing, they're doing a multiple flank. So they're bringing the Mercy and the Quad and Reapers back there too. So they know sending just one person out on the flanks hasn't been working, although they come through the flank and end up back where they're normally pushing from.
Yeah, they sort of like went around and ended up with the rest of their team, and Farah just a little bit too close, ran out of jets, just kind of got taken out by the Reaper, and this is not looking all that great for Team Kick. They are still stuck on this point from, it's been very good defense from Team Eccentric.
Yeah, Mystic trying to put a little bit of time on it. The Diva ult goes off right on top of the cart.
Nadir was going for a really big Death Blossom there, but it was just nullified by some of the shields on Team Kick. It was looking promising for Nadir, just not what they needed, and Team Kick actually getting a little bit of pushing here, but Lude saying no is going to hop on top of the point as Diva and just keep the payload very stationary. And right now we're seeing Quad coming in from the back. Quad is back, Aero Barrage is up, he is going to look for that Aero Barrage any second. Lucio ult is going up for both teams, and what a great Reinhardt ult by Skipjack is going to completely mess with the tempo of Team Kick there.
Yeah, huge Earthshatter as they were trying to set up a strong defense and just did not work out. That ult does absolutely nothing, but it does catch the Mercy. He gets comboed with his second ult.
Oh, the res goes off though, and Team Eccentric recovering of what could have been a very, very ugly sequence of ults, but no, not actually able to recover. 4 people are down for Team Eccentric right now. Some people are down for Team Kick, but, you know, this has to be Team Kick's chance. They need to push this right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know the math on it, but even if they stack the cart right now, will it move fast enough to get the point? They got to start taking that into consideration.
No, if you know, my timer, if it is accurate, they only have about a minute 15 left to go here, and which ironically is synced with the game clock at the moment, so they don't really have that much time to go. They have to just go, or as it is, Team Eccentric is going to pick up a stopwatch victory on map 1 versus Team Kick. We have a big Reinhardt ult going around Skipjack, but doesn't actually hit anyone. It's canceled out by the enemy Reinhardt shield, so a little bit of resource waste there. Mercy ult is going to go down for Team Kick. Team Kick really wanting to push this. Rula with the Death Blossom is going to take out Mercy, but Lucille is going to go down for Team Eccentric. Team Eccentric pushing back in. Reinhardt v. Reinhardt, victory for Skipjack. Nadir at the Death Blossom. They're going to push Team Kick back again.
Yeah, that's 5 dead. Only Mercy up, and she just came up. She can't go out there and do it. They maybe have time for one last push, but even pushing the cart constantly, I don't know if 30 seconds is enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, even if they did, they're already calling GG. I think they feel like they can't get through here. Because, yeah, I mean, only 20 seconds. I think it's actually physically impossible to push a cart here, so both teams are calling GG.
Mathematic impossibility, so they're just going to kind of skirmish it out. We'll see if we get one more Death Blossom, see if someone tries to steal play of the game here.
Yep, and they're not even, they're actually, the game is going to end about the same time as a stopwatch, so some synchronization going down there, but what a hold by Eccentric to, you know, they lost point A so quickly, and then they just held so strong in that alley, Hex.
Yeah, they really turned the tides of the battle, and I think more and more as I watch King's Row matches that alley might be a prime spot on defense. There's only one decent flank, and even that one's not that great, and it's pretty easy to cover. Other than that, it's such a choke.
Now here we see the big Death Blossom coming out from Nadir. Nadir taking out so many people on defense. Part of why defensive Reaper is just so good on King's Row. I mean, there's so many areas you can pop out of. Your entire team is funneled through, and you know, Death Blossom goes on. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I got 16 Death Blossom kills, but of note on that, he would not have got the Death Blossom up if he hadn't been rezzed right in the middle of the team. That's why res is so interesting sometimes. You can get rezzed in a really bad position, like he was rezzed there, in a pretty awkward spot for a Reaper to be in the middle of a group like that. However, when your Q is up as a Reaper, it's great to be in the middle of a group. So, see Rez and Death Blossom working very well together there.
Yeah, Rez is one of those things where, you know, dealing with it, you just kill someone in a close battle and then the res comes out is the worst feeling in the row, because you know that person's gonna be full HP and they're looking for vengeance, and Reaper definitely got his vengeance on that play of the game.
Yeah, Reaper's vengeance incarnate. Okay, so I'm not sure what our next map is gonna be, but we're gonna bring you another game.
Yep, we are waiting for the next map to come out, and that was an exciting game. I'm definitely interested to see how it goes, because both teams showed that they have the power to take each other out there. I mean, there was impressive play from both teams.
Yeah, definitely evenly matched there. That was exciting to watch. I can't believe that the momentum shift there. I thought, like, oh no, we're going to have to wait 20 minutes as this roll commences, but just really decided that maybe they don't like holding first point, but we're going to hold this alley, and they did it really well. Really interesting composition to come out and take that first point so quickly, too. I thought the triple tank, who all have very good initiations, was a good call, but it just never really materialized into a good strategy after that point.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it looked really good. I mean, again, they took point, you know, Team Kick was able to take point A so quickly, but, you know, Eccentric didn't let it rattle them. Some teams would get rattled and be like, oh crap, they go through. I mean, so many times you see a quick point A capture followed by getting into that final checkpoint, but Eccentric really held strong. And it looks like we are about ready to go. I'm asking teams for one moment for production-related issues, but we are just about ready to go into map 1.
Map 2.
Map 2, sorry.
It's all right, man. I'm here for you.
I know, that's like, you're my savior in those situations, you know?
I just rezzed your casting.
Exactly.
It's a total clutch res. But yeah, Volskaya, we haven't seen, or no, Gibraltar, rather. I'm sorry. They even typed Gibraltar. I don't know where Volskaya came from. That's because, you know what happens? I like to play Zarya on Gibraltar, and Zarya is Russian. So is it Russian? Yep. Volskaya. That's the train of thought that my idiot brain went on.
You know, the brain likes linking things together. We are ready. I am informed that we're ready, and we are going to get on to map 2 in short order here.
Yeah, Watch Point Gibraltar is a really interesting map. When I first started playing this and first started seeing it, the sniper meta was really strong here because this first point is just sniper's paradise. There's high grounds, there's escapes, there's a lot of stuff. I'd almost always run into like a dual Widowmaker sniper setup, because even around this first point, once they come through the bend on the arch, you have the upper ground again to play a good sniper spot. So we'll see if Widowmaker gets brought back in the meta despite her nerfs.
Yeah, I think Widow definitely still has a place. It's certainly, especially if people are expecting the Widow, it can be very, very devastating. So again, we are going to have Eccentric on attack first, Kick on defense to start things out. So basically the same progression as last map, but this is map 2 and Eccentric is up a map on Team Kick. So right now, both teams are assembling. We will have the defensive lineup for you in a second. It'll be interesting to see if Team K1ck changes anything up about their defense to start out here. It looks like they're probably not going to run a Reaper. Team's not really liking Reaper as much on Gibraltar. You know, he's really good on King's Row with all those points, or all those flanking points. But Gibraltar a little bit wider open. I don't think we'll see Reaper until the hangar, but we'll see.
Yeah, the hangar, if you can get him on top of the spaceship, he can do some great work. And then dropping out of the spaceship into a Death Blossom usually wins play of the game.
Yep. And for the initial defensive setup for Team K1ck, we have Quad on Farah yet again. Quad showing a pretty strong Farah on King's Row. Tymo on Mercy. Rula on Tracer. Miztik on Reinhardt. Kalinka on Zarya. And Micker on Lucio.
Yeah, again, we're seeing double tank. I love Zarya on this map. I think her ultimate is great. We saw some good ultimates from her last game with not necessarily the follow-up necessary. But Farah is also great here with verticality. And for attack, it looks like Nadir is going to be playing attack. Farah and McCree is going to be played by Astari. Nevix is going to be Mercy. Skipjack on his Reinhardt. Likely Lucio again. And Lude is going to play Diva. So we see a couple more tanks, double support, and a McCree coming out again.
Yep. And already both teams firing at each other. We have Farah's trading shots back and forth yet again. No surprise there. Take a look at Quad as he defends this, and wow, you have Team Eccentric just going in very, very deep to start with. They are way far ahead of the payload, and they just want to push the defenders back. We have both Farahs trading shots at each other, both trying the midair. Both midairs missing. Nadir and Quad fighting for their lives while being assisted by Mercy. This is really, whatever team wins this is going to show here. One midair on Mercy. Is he going to get the second? Quad is able to take on Mercy, but is taken out by McCree for the trouble. Wow.
Yeah, some great combo action, air battle there, and you're right, whoever won that was going to actually have the advantage here.
Yep, and we see Astari now as the offensive McCree, really giving Tracer a hard time. Tracer has to be careful against McCree. He can't poke her from mid-range, and she has to be very careful of the flashbang. Very effective should she get hit by it. And the payload just kind of cruising here for Eccentric. They're able to get to the first checkpoint without a whole lot of trouble.
This is where the defense is really going to start here, is under this arch. This arch can be difficult. It can be very, very easy for a defending team to keep holding high ground and push them back. So, granted, that first point is captured, but it's still a long way to go.
Yep, and we're going to see what Nadir does here. Nadir still getting helped out by Mercy. Sort of the offensive Farah here. And, oh, he is going to be going in. He does have Aerial Barrage up. And again, we have sort of this like Farah v Farah, over the top trade-off going here. And controlling the top is very important for pushing the payload past this point.
Yeah, high ground's great, especially when you can just shoot people, shoot at the ground and win rounds, Soldier skill.
Yeah. And Nadir probably pushing a little bit too far there, is going to get taken out, and now his team is without a Farah, and Eccentric gonna have to be a little bit careful on the push here. A big Zarya ult going down for K1ck. They're going to be throwing down lots of pressure on top of Eccentric, and they're gonna just clean this up defensively here.
Yeah, a lot of deaths right there, including the Mercy and the Tracer, so it's going to stall the push out a little bit. Again, this arch is really interesting to hold. Oftentimes, in my opinion, the best strategy to break is for all of you to go top. Every single one of you try to go top and flank this arch. Come from above, clean out the space behind the arch before you try to push the cart through.
Yeah, because, if you can get that full team wipe, then pushing is no big deal. And right now we have Farah v Farah War Mark III. Both Farahs attacking each other. They kind of vary between attacking each other and attacking the Mercy. Right now we're watching Quad just trade shots with Nadir. Quad acting as defensive, and we have a high noon coming down from Astari. Astari not able to take anyone out with that high noon, however, and Farah's archering shots. They are able to take out the defensive Tracer of Rua. Eccentric a little bit far ahead here, and Diva ult is going to take out Quad. That's multiple people down for K1ck. This might be what Eccentric needs.
Yeah, dying to a Diva ult is almost inexcusable at this level of play. I sometimes, you don't see it, or you can't get around the corner, or you get wrecked by somebody, but that's a rarity.
And right now we're seeing Eccentric with the momentum here. They have more people on top of the payload. K1ck going to have to get back forward. They might not be in time. Lucio just sort of hanging out there, is going to get taken out by the hammer of Skipjack, and this is looking good for Eccentric. Are they going to be able to bring this to the second checkpoint? And yes, we are going to the hangar, and let's see if there's switch-ups. I'm curious to see if we see a defensive Reaper, because this would be the time to switch.
Yeah, it'd be a good spot. They already are holding the high ground there with this, with the Farah on top of the spaceship, which is important. That's her house. That's where she needs to own, and they're going to try to take it away.
Yep, we just have the Farah going up top again. We are stuck in Farah v Farah battles. Farah Mercy v Farah Mercy, really dictating a lot. Aerial barrage coming down, but very ill-advised, getting taken out immediately. by the defense there. So Nadir is going to go down, and Eccentric going to be down a player, but you know what? They are still pushing the payload right now, Hex.
Yeah, and Lude just took the high ground. He realized that their Pharah was down. He needed someone up there, so he used D.Va's mobility to go up there, and there's not a ton that the opposing Pharah can do about it.
Yep, and right now we see they have been running the defensive Tracer to varying degrees of success. Rula trying to act as a distraction, taking a look at him here. Tracer can be very good at killing enemy Reinhardt, should be able to get in. Right now he has his sights on Mercy, but High Noon is coming down from Eccentric. Team K1ck going to have to just back out a little bit, and I think the High Noon just took out Pharah. So they are down a Pharah. We might see a Team Eccentric try and push off this.
Yeah, they all got under the shield. Now we are seeing Team Eccentric running the offensive Widowmaker.
Yeah, Skipjack with a very nice Reinhardt out there. Wasn't able to knock down multiple people from Team K1ck. Tracer was able to avoid it. Multiple people down, though, from Team Eccentric. That did not quite work out well. I think Mystic had a very good counter Reinhardt ult that sort of opened things up for them.
Yeah, Rula as Tracer is doing some good work in the back line, being super annoying. There comes the aerial barrage, takes down, I believe that's the Lucio player.
Yeah, you had that aerial barrage go down. Mercy just kind of was able to hold for dear life behind that barrier, and Nevix was able to live. And I will note, though, that payload has been pretty stalled out here for Eccentric. Eccentric finding it very difficult to get through this point in the hangar. And I'll note, this is where the spawn points are pretty much equivalent. Neither team with a big spawn advantage here, and that's why you see defensive subs really hold pretty well at this point.
Yeah, still running this offensive Widowmaker. She's in a great spot on this map. Top left holding. She's going to try to get her picks, but Tracer comes in on her. She's getting harassed out.
Yep. And the offensive Widowmaker, now be a turret, getting a little bit of extra poke on that Pharah, not able to take her out. And, you know, just watching Nadir as he goes here, is he going to be able to get picks that are going to help? And the payload is pushing pretty heavily for Eccentric. Eccentric able to claim a bit of dominance there, and Nadir is looking for that Mercy pick. He wants it.
And the D.Va ultimate there cleared a whole bunch of space only by setting it up right in front of this door. There's no other way for the team to come in, and you can't walk around the door when you don't know where that D.Va ult's going.
Yep, and right now we saw Widow pressure going down. I think the Deer actually had a brief moment picking the Mercy, but you know, right now Team K1ck just saying, you know what, we are going to defend further back than we're going here. And excuse me now, my overhead camera has to catch up. And we're seeing now both teams setting up, and this is going to be sort of the last defense point for Team K1ck. They want to buy as much time as they can to give their own attack time as they go forward here. Both Reinhardt's acting as the line. Mystic almost out, and what a big ult from Skipjack, knocking down 3 people. 2 people are going to die from here. Eccentric is going to fall up with the High Noon, not going to kill anyone, but 3 people are down for Team K1ck now. And
there's 3 picks. Does the res come out? Yeah, here's the res. It was ready the whole time. That's a 4-person res.
And that is a big ult coming down from Zarya. Zarya with a dramatic ult, but Lucio ult able to kind of defend from the worst of that Zarya ult. D.Va ult is going to go down. It's going to take out Quad. Quad dying again to D.Va ult. And wow, we just have, you know, Team Eccentric sort of securing dominance here.
Yeah, Eccentric also had their res up again there too. So even when they lost a few players there, the res came back up, and a huge High Noon takes out a Mercy and a Tracer. I think those were both dead, but there's some dead bodies.
Eccentric just with, not only did the High Noon take out 2 people, he took out the Lucio with a flashbang combo and took out the Pharah. Eccentric really acting as the muscle for Team Eccentric there, and they might be able to push us all the way to the end. Right now, Team K1ck really in some trouble. And Eccentric is still looking for picks, really doing some good work as McCree here.
Yeah, it's so hard to really mount your defense after a wipe like this on this map especially, but a huge Zarya ult comes down, although there's again no follow-up.
Yep, McCree though is going to eat the Reinhardt hammer to the face, is going to get taken out after getting stuck in that ult. And we see Team K1ck with a little bit of resurgence here, trying to defend to this point, and Team Eccentric does not want to give this up. They want to keep the momentum. Lude and Lucy are pushing the payload, and it still seems like Team K1ck is not holding this as well as they would like to, and Team Eccentric are pushing. Yes, they are going to complete and finish out on map 2.
Yeah, great half there. We saw some excellent work from McCree. The offensive Widowmaker actually was a great move. Let's see this play the game.
Yep. Reinhardt here, taking out the other Reinhardt that charges out very often, and wow, what a Reinhardt ult. That was really nice by Mystic. I think that's where we wonder how Eccentric got, you know, so wiped, and that ult just doing so much work in combination with the Tracer Pulse Bomb.
Yeah, I do. I want to commend Nadir though, because he was kind of losing the Farah fight early, right? And when we had combos going up and quad, and Nadir were trying to shoot at each other with the Farah, he's like, "All right, this isn't super effective. So what can I do to counter quad that's not Farah? Do we really even need our Farah right now?" He switches to offensive Widowmaker, and granted, I didn't have my camera on him the whole time. I don't know if he was making huge plays, but simply the presence of a Widowmaker will scare the life out of a Farah, and they just had a lot of room to operate there. And then, of course, McCree going high noon on people was great.
Absolutely. Right now, we are heading into the second half of map 2. You know, they don't, what's it called? Team Kick not with the greatest amount of time, but they've given themselves some room, if nothing else. They have about 7 minutes, 47 seconds to complete the payload, and this is definitely doable. I mean, both teams have shown that they are at comparable levels of skill. Both teams have had their moments on each other, so it's going to be interesting to see if K1ck can bring this back and complete the payload in a faster time than Eccentric.
Right, now remind me who won the first map?
Eccentric won the first map, so they're up 1-0. Should they be able to hold out for 7 minutes, 47 seconds, they will win the second map and go on to the semifinals.
All right. Teams are assembling heroes right now, and then we will read you off rosters. Pretty standard stuff, really. Okay, it looks like defense is going to be Team Eccentric. Ace Tari playing on McCree, Eccentric on Reinhardt, Nadir is going to run Reaper, defensive Reaper, likely on Lucio, Lude is going to play Diva, and Nevix is going to be on Mercy. So we're seeing kind of their standard lineup on their center heroes, and Lude has been really interesting to watch. He's a super aggressive Diva.
Yeah, I mean, he's Diva, and he just gets right in there, and I would not expect that to change even with them on defense. Interesting to see the Reaper come out. I think Nadir just generally really prefers Reaper, and will try and make him work wherever he can. You always see him, like, sort of positioning off to the side, you know, wanting to probably just flank the payload as people come forward. Meanwhile, for Team K1ck, we have Quad on Farah, Rula on Tracer, Tymo on Diva, Mystic on Winston, Kalinka on, and second Diva, so 2 Divas for Team K1ck, and Miker on Lucio.
Yeah, we're going to see that triple tank meta coming out. Of course, the Lucio, which means they have no Mercy so far, but you might see a Mercy come out later in the game.
Yeah, and we're seeing Team K1ck come out very aggressively. Winston just charging out. Farah already trying to rain down a little bit of pressure, and you know what? Let's take... Oh, Nadir got taken out very early. He was going for that pressure flank and did not work out. So right now we just see Quad, you know, throwing down pressure as Farah, and really just buying his team time to push a payload.
Yeah, both Divas got up, and while the Divas were up distracting, and Winston's up there too, then every other player is down below trying to get some time on that cart, and not a whole lot of defense on the cart itself, although they do control the high ground.
Yeah, Team K1ck is just rolling right now, although Ace Tari, you know, yet again with the McCree pressure, doing really well, is able to take out the Farah. And Ace Tari, I think, is really, towards the latter half of last map, and now the first half of this map, he's doing a lot of work for Team Eccentric.
Yeah, but that is a quick first point. I mean, they had the high ground, they had the advantage, but they just didn't stop the cart.
Yep, and also, I would just want to note that I counter as Curse Ace Tari. As soon as I said that, he lost to a Diva. My bad, Ace Tari. Both teams, once again, skirmishing on top of the payload, and we're going to see how teams use the high ground here, since, you know, as we saw, it's pretty difficult to get through just going through the low ground. Eccentric ate a big pulse bomb from Tracer, is able to survive, and Eccentric is just going to back up a little bit here and secure their defense.
Yeah, cart stuck down under this arch. They need to kind of take the high ground here. The high ground is super important to try to push this next point.
And we just saw Nadir with a great Reaper flank. It was, you know, basically a mid-range Reaper, not always the greatest, but is able to, like, take out the Farah, and that is a very big pick. Quad so integral to, you know, Eccentric pushing forward, and Nadir, you know, making very effective use of that Reaper there.
No, but here's this push I was talking about, the strategy. If you're going to take this high ground and go top right, you need to all go top right, and here they come.
Yep, and note that we have Nadir here as Reaper is Death Blossom up. Oh, no! Oh, followed up the Reinhardt ult. What a Death Blossom. Damage gonna go down on their entire team, and that is a full, yes, a full 100% team wipe. Great coordination between Nadir and Skipjack there. Wow.
Yeah, it turns out when people are on the ground and they can't move, they're really easy to shoot with shotguns.
I know. And that is, I think, regardless of what happens, that's probably going to play again. We have Rula coming up with the offensive Reaper, is going to immediately fall under pressure by Diva and the other Reaper. Nadir, you know, just relentlessly flanking the back here. Nadir is going in, is going to take out the Mercy, is going to still be alive. He had the shift out. He was going to die. And we have Ace Tari just defending on the back. Eccentric with a very powerful defense here, X.
Yeah, that push absolutely crushed now. And again, the defense right now has their resurrection up. They have Lucio's ult up. They have D.Va's ult up. They have McCree's ult up. So they're in a great position to continue this defense. If everything else goes wrong, Mercy can bring them back.
Yep, and Mercy just going to hold on to that ult. A lot of ults right now for Eccentric only, but Mercy ult is going to come up now for K1ck, and let's see what they do. They're going to rush in with the Lucio ult. We have some Reinhardt v Reinhardt. Reinhardt ult is going to go for Skipjack. I don't think he got as many people as one, but he was able to kill the enemy Reinhardt. And 3 people are down right now for Team K1ck. I think they just kind of lost the top battle. I don't know if it was Ace Tari or Nadir, but
it didn't seem like a very coordinated push. There was some flanking going on, kind of a trickle in. I don't really know that they set up that that push was really communicated well.
Yep, and we're gonna like follow Ace Tari next. So he's actually getting Mercy boosted. So Mercy boosted McCree, not quite as strong as it used to be pre-fall off and boost changes, but still pretty dangerous. And he is holding on to that high noon.
Yeah, that high noon's gonna make some space as well. But you know, Team K1ck right now does have several ultimates up. They can do some combo ults. Their Resurrecting is up, and we do see the Reinhardt start to initiate the fight.
Yeah, and we note that Ace Tari getting picked off very, very quickly there. He got picked off by the Soldier 6, I'm not sure, but he's the only one down right now for Eccentric. Eccentric still holding strong. Nadir in a Reaper battle is going to lose Reaper battle to Rula, and this might be what K1ck needs to push forward. 2 of the big damage dealers for Eccentric are down.
A 4 res for K1ck, only followed up by a smaller res only on the Reinhardt, who comes back up and everything. And wow, Team Eccentric is getting wiped right now.
Yeah, that was, I think, really a lot of that great Reaper play by Rula is able to take out Nadir, and we'll see if this is what Team K1ck needs to push and get the hanger. And again, it's not just time that they gain forward spawns. That is going to let them push the payload even further, because right now the spawns are relatively even for how far deep they in. And it's looking like, yes, Team K1ck will get to the second checkpoint. Extra time forward spawns, and into the hanger game we go, Hex.
Yeah, and the hanger, a team can roll through here really quick if they start taking ground quickly. It kind of is an interesting place to try to reset up defenses. A huge ult goes down. Reinhardt battles everywhere right now.
Yeah, battles are everywhere. Reinhardt ult's going to go down. Team Eccentric still, well, they were at full strength, but 2 people getting taken out and back. I'm not quite sure how that happened. But Team Eccentric is going to try and hold on top of this. Both teams losing a lot of people, turning into a kind of a full-scale brawl here. Skipjack and D.Va, though, working as the muscle, able to really keep presence on top of the payload, and K1ck is going to have to regroup.
Yeah, Nadir just spawn camping his Reaper. They can't get out of spawn. He's back there just plowing away to everyone.
Yeah, we see Nadir back here, and Nadir's just like, hey guys, what's up? I'm Reaper, and he is... you know, really acting as a distraction. You know, even if that only works for 1 spawn wave, that's 1 extra spawn wave, that's more time bought. And Eccentric, you know, wants to win this game on the stopwatch.
Yeah, he's great, and he gets out alive. He's still picking up picks. That was wonderful. And he's still alive. He's going back to their spawn.
Oh, he is almost getting this Mercy. Mercy running for her life. Oh, he has to reload just in time and gets blasted down by the Mercy, but a great chase down by Nadir. Almost getting the Mercy. Both teams still fighting at the entrance here, and I gotta tell you, Hex, right now, there's only 2 minutes left for Team K1ck to get this to the final point, and that's not much time.
They need almost constant pressure on the cart here now. Of course, that's going to be done right now by the D.Va ult. Doesn't take anyone out, but of course slows the cart down.
Yep, and we see D.Va really charging the backline McCree. McCree having to be careful. Kind of interesting, though, because, I mean, McCree can kill D.Va. This flashbang is going to go out. He did not have ammo to finish off. D.Va still going to get taken out anyways by the Lucio. And, you know, the cart is getting pushed right now, but, you know, this could be a thing where, you know, really, all Eccentric has to do is kind of rope it up defense here because time is on their side.
Yeah, they can just keep throwing bodies at the cart almost, and they did just lose their Mercy, who was up with a resurrection.
Yeah, and that is really, really not good for Team K1ck. They're going to get pushed all the way back here. And again, they just don't have time for this. They only have 1:10 left. I'm not even sure if they could win this with 4 people on the cart the entire way through. They're very, I mean, I think GG's going to get called pretty soon here.
Yeah, Nadir's coming in up top, waiting for them to spawn so he can ruin their day again.
Yep, Nadir is damage boosted Reaper. That is a lot of damage up close. Death Blossom is going to go down, is going to take out 2 people for Team K1ck. Oh, and the Reinhardt ult's going to go down. They're going to clean this up. Nadir still damage boosted as Reaper, is going to take out the Reinhardt. And I got to tell you, I think right now, that might have just been GG right there. I don't think they can come back from this.
Yeah, they had finally pushed out of their spawn, which I'm like, all right, good first step for them. They got out of their spawn. That's good, but then just got pushed all the way back. Even with this door shutting, making it more difficult to spawn camp, they were able to just put constant pressure on them.
Yep, and we have Nadir flanking again. Is going to take out the Lucio. Multiple people are going to go down for Team Kick, and if it wasn't GG before, it is certainly GG now, and teams are calling GG. They're not going to beat this time, and wow. What? That was really, really great Reaper play by Nadir.
Yeah, definitely the highlight of the game was Nadir just kind of going nuts. He was always in the back line, always causing trouble back there. And that is map 2 for Eccentric and game for Eccentric, round for Eccentric. They're moving on.
Yep. You know, it's kind of funny. I would say, let's watch the play of the game, which is almost certainly that phenomenal, Reaper into, what's it called? Reaper into Reinhardt ult. But, for stopwatch when the game gets called early, we don't get to see that. That is one flaw in the current system. I mean, right now, we're still waiting for the next game, so we might as well stay in here for the next 40 seconds, I suppose, and just talk about what happened, but...
I think we're going to try to wait, because Melty won their second game. They beat Watchout, and Fnatic,
yeah, we want to watch Melty.
Fnatic is currently playing Simped, so if Fnatic moves on, we're going to have Fnatic versus Melty.
Yeah, and that is a game I cannot wait to see. Melty v Fnatic, going to be so good.
Yeah, so some other results to report. F3 beat 6div. We haven't seen any of their games all morning, but it's been 2-0s almost across the board, 2-0s. So F3 is going to face Eccentric, who just won this game, and then in the other semifinals, it's going to be Melty versus the winner of SIMT and Fnatic.
Yep, and here we go. We are going to see the play of the game. Hopefully, as they play the game in regulation, I can't imagine it being anything other than that beautiful Death Blossom Earth Shatter combination. Let's take a look. Oh wow, it's actually High Noon. I'm wrong.
I think this is a triple kill High Noon though.
Let's take a look. This was in the hangar. It was High Noon. Very great play by Astari there. Definitely getting the High Noon value and just working the delay and add that much more time to his team in the stopwatch format.